Hi everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of my new vlog, MeIY, in which I attempt do some pretty strong attempts at some self-improvement, and a big part of that is staying positive, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to share the things that I do to do that, so that you can do that, hopefully. I have a lot of factors to work against. Chronic health problems, epilepsy, Lyme disease, and a couple of other things that are not quite so severe, so we don't care about them so much right now. And also some of the mental stuff and heart stuff, PTSD, anxiety, all of that, very bad depression. And they tend to link together. And I know that a lot of you guys in the Heart Fist Brain community are going through similar hardships. And I would like us all to be able to just do a little bit better, because I think that we make each other a lot stronger than we could be by ourselves. And I've seen you guys be such lights to one another, and by extension me. I'm so grateful, and I want to give back to you. And so here's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be cell shading for tonight's multiplayer Murderlands, which is when I play Borderlands 2 with you guys, and soon Borderlands 3. So I really should start playing Tales. Yeah, maybe next week we can do some Tales from the Borderlands. But okay, let me get start with the tools, because first I'm going to use the Olay Sensitive Hungarian Water Essence. I have no idea what that means, or how the quality of Hungarian water would be, but works great for me. I have very sensitive skin, and I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes, so it's good to be able to rub at your face gently with this stuff. All right, I've got a little thing of NYX that Carrie Noir turned me on to this brand. It's been pretty fantastic. It's eyeliner. It's black. We've got a little paintbrush for it. It's going to help us do a lot of fine lines and all that stuff. And this isn't going to be anything special. I am not an artist. Just somebody who really likes costumes. And I've got these slightly thicker eyeliner brushes. They're just old eyeliner brushes. And a little charcoal one. So that's how we'll do some of our faint lines. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll find out together. So while I'm doing this, because there's going to be a lot of me just holding my mouth open, staring at the camera, I'm going to talk about one of the things that I enjoy. It's just a hobby. In my constant quest for self-improvement, sometimes it's fun to look outside the box just to see how, because, you know, I don't really believe in stuff like tarot and stuff, even though it's fun. It's fun because you get to see what's really the most revealing to me is that you get to see how you actually feel about certain concepts, because it's sort of like a sample size. It's like, how would I feel if my relationship, you know, went away, or if I found someone new, or if I came into, well, we know how we'd feel if we came into some money, but you get the idea. So I have with me a book about Chinese face reading. It's very fun. It's called The Wisdom of Your Face by Jean Hainer, and it is fun. It's just fun. It has a little bit, you know, there's some Chinese medicine in there, and my only qualification with that is having taken a single class in massage school. Didn't really teach me very much. I had a good friend and roommate who, like, the most we ever did with that was we got some ants, and she just started shouting different body parts at them to see if it would make them angry or sad. She'd be like, liver, to see if they got angry, or kidney, to see if it made them sad. I don't know if it did, but I miss her. She's wonderful. So let's get started. Oh boy, oh boy. All right. All right, all right, all right. I'm going to start with this little pencil to kind of start marking out the lines, or maybe I won't. You know what? Maybe I'll just use the very tip of this brush, and maybe I can get a teeny little bit of pigment on there so I can kind of cheat my way into actually doing a decent job. That's how I have to do it every time. It's always a cheat. So the first thing I'm going to do is the nice and simple thing, which is to outline my face. And I've got some pictures for reference here. Done this a couple of times, but only a couple. And I've got shaky hands, so we'll see if this works out. Okay. I have a long face. Which I guess is a good way to start the talk about the Chinese face reading thing. So as far as I can tell from reading this book, I have a metal face, which is cool. I love metal. And it's one of the 5 Chinese elements, which is water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And metal is at the very end of that line. It means to refine. And it's to do with like old age, death, autumn, and, you know, editing, refining. And I have done some editing work, so that's cool. But just like any other woo thing, you can kind of make yourself fit these categories if you think about it hard enough. Just like with astrology and all that. And look at that, already a bad couple of lines. I need to tilt my face more. Okay, so this is the first of probably many times that I'm going to have to redo something. Ooh, that side's not so bad. Okay. And it's too much pigment too. It's okay, we'll fix it. If you're going to wear makeup, as I do, and I tend to make it really heavy for the Murderlands thing, just because everybody, even Tina, is wearing some pretty bodacious eyeshadow. And, yeah. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Sorry if you're looking at my nose. Also, my face is not quite straight. I have a crooked face. My eyebrows are uneven, my eyes are uneven. That's one of the tricks for the, check it out, see? Double lid, single lid. Really is a bitch trying to do eye makeup, but, especially since everything I know about it I learned on YouTube. Yeah, stopping talking really helped with that one. It's probably gonna happen a couple of times. Good enough! I'll fix it later. Alright, let's see, what do I want to start with? There's all kinds of places we could start with this. I guess I could tell you a bit more about the metal thing. You get, like, my itty-bitty bones, my super white skin, white even for my race, and that is the big thing. Always make sure you're fitting in your racial boxes when comparing yourself. But I have Italian in my blood, and my brother and my dad are both very dark-skinned, and I'm jealous. But my mom is very light-skinned because she is Irish and Scottish, and that's pretty cool. And I guess I just really took after that side, which is funny because when I was a kid, I was much darker. But my hair is naturally extremely dark, actually. It's basically black, and I dye it because my skin is so pale, and I like to wear my hair so long. I used to get teased, like Morticia and all this stuff, and even my own dad, who gave me the black hair, was like, "You look like a vampire." Like, that's not my fault. So yeah. Also, having a big nose, which I do, a prominent nose anyway, is another metal thing. And apparently the primary sensory, oh my god, look at that. You know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. I'll fix it later. But apparently the primary sense organ for metal people is the nose, which is correct for me. I am like a bloodhound. It can be kind of irritating for Tom, poor guy. But he is extremely understanding about so many things. And apparently the primary mission of a metal person is letting go. And they give this analogy about breath. But honestly, I think that's not quite the most appropriate analogy, like, because they're talking about, releasing it to make room for new breath and blah, blah, blah. But considering the side effects, I think it's more like taking regular dumps because I'm digesting information. But I'm supposed to be letting it go instead of just holding it in and just like clutching my stomach and groaning because I'm miserable. And, just gotta be able to take an emotional dump regularly. But I guess I get why they didn't put that way in the book. Um, yes. In fact, it's also supposed to be the most difficult personality to live with. We'll find out more about that. Let's start with the cheeks. I think, this is the hardest part, but I did some blush as like a pilot for it, so maybe I can get it right. Okay. My cheeks are not very prominent, so I had to kind of fudge it. Yeah! It worked. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and paint over it just to keep it. Sometimes I have to, especially with my shoulder being bad, sometimes I have to support. Come on, stop it. Oh, okay, close enough. Whoo, let's do the other one. Okay, yeah. This is gonna go wrong. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hey, that's like the most even I've ever gotten it. Sweet. Close enough. Okay. Oh no, it's all... Alright, I'm seeing a theme here. Left side is not super good today. Alright, let's draw out the nose. And let me think. The nose in Chinese face reading. I think I have it written down. Yeah. So the nose in Chinese medicine is a mirror of the spine. And I do have back problems. And in the spot that's supposed to, like if you have a bump in your nose, it's supposed to be indicative of a problem in that area of the spine. It's like right in the middle. And I do in fact have middle back problems. That's more due to the girls than anything else. I had to go to physical therapy for it because the T3 and 4 were just like, until like 5 or 6 were just fused together. It didn't really get fixed, I just stopped caring. But then again, it could also be from the fact that I got hit in the face with a hockey stick in 2nd grade by this kid named Brandon during scooter hockey. So, I'm just gonna follow the shadows. It worked out! I'm so happy! This is going so much better than I thought it would. But anyway, the nose represents also the capacity for power. The bigger, the greater the potential for it. And it's said that in the ancient Middle East, princes used to get their noses massaged and pulled because it was thought that you can't be a good king without a big schnoz. And big noses show ambition and independence, and a truly huge beak indicates a very egotistical type of person. For example, I mean, Sean Bean could be true. But anyway, if it sticks out more than an inch, it's a sign you're a trailblazer. I am apparently not a trailblazer, and I'm okay with it. A perfect one, like my husband's. My husband has a perfect nose. It's adorable. It's kind of small. It's straight. It's nice, and it's the sign of an idealist. And a bony nose, like mine, takes that even further and suggests not being interested in a career for money and giving ideals priority over comfort and all that stuff. And again, don't know if it's the hockey stick or there's a family bump as well in my mom's side of the family. It could be that it's from the clan, the Scottish clan that we're from is the Clan Cameron, and that their name comes from crooked nose because they were known to have crooked noses, these bumps. And so I've been thinking maybe I would exaggerate that bump and just kind of embrace it. But I haven't really figured out a good way to do that yet because I'm not an artist. Although I would love to be. I used to draw quite a lot, but I haven't been able to really. I could never get color or anything like that. Alright, I'm going to. I have this round little cherry nose, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that out. I used to hate my nose when I was a little girl, but now it's just, there are other things to hate. I just don't have time. Let's see. But, this is so, I'm going to consult my little diagram. Okay, I did this. That's not quite right, is it? No, it's not. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm just having nose nerves or something. You know what? We'll come back to the nose. Let's go ahead and go with, maybe yeah, let's finish our cheeks. I want to put some little lines here. So the cheeks apparently mean authority. Big, puffy cheeks are a very good sign. I do not have big, puffy cheeks. Mine suggests self-esteem issues and no real enjoyment in being in charge, which actually is perfect because Tom and I, right before I started recording this video, I was just kind of running around the house, just like, I'm so nervous, I'm so nervous. And Tom and I were talking, my husband Tom, and he said, don't be nervous, you're in control. And I was like, that's the problem. This would be so much easier if I had someone to tell me what to do. And then he said, no one can tell you how to be you. And he was right. He is so right so much of the time. It's wonderful. Let me see, what angle did I use? I'm cheating because I'm looking at my old pictures and I liked them, so okay, it's almost like a Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what I was going for. Some just a little etching. Although I would prefer those edges to be straight, and they are not. I'm gonna have to do some spot foundation replacement. But fortunately for me, being super pale means I can cheat with that too. Maybe I can fake. Yes, let me draw some cheek lines here so I have more cheeks and more authority. No. My lines are still much too thick, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to keep it and I'm going to redo it a little later. No, I'm not. I can't handle it. I can't. I'm a perfectionist, as befits my metal face. Which, incidentally, is part of why we're apparently so hard to live with. But the bigger part is being extremely sensitive. And that is super true. But not sensitive in the way of, oh, you hurt my feelings, but in the way, let me get some of this off here, but in the way that it's like, man, situation is too loud, there's too much information, there's too much emotion. I could happily live as a hermit, I really could. I don't like confrontation. It upsets me when people are getting screwed, like unfairness deeply, deeply bothers me. But it's so prevalent, and I don't know. it would be, I don't know, it just seems like it would be nice. There's an awesome Monty Python hermit sketch. It's not coming the way it's supposed to, I'll show you. So, what I'm trying to recreate is that, over there. Can't do it today, that's okay. We're gonna move on to some eyes. Did I finish talking about the cheeks? Oh right, yeah, there's like some sad stuff about it, but I have, these are called lack lines right here. And they often indicate an emotional loss, loss of stability, no stability growing up, and absolutely, it was a huge, huge thing. Stability just was not there. Anxiety about finances, and holding on to your negative emotions so much that the loss has created a huge emptiness in your life. Totally, totally one of my problems. I need to get over that. So yeah, these here, they're called the fall-in lines, and what they are supposed to mean is that once you start to get them, it means you found your purpose, apparently. Or you're getting older. You're supposed to look at these features about the age of 28 or 29. So if you have any pictures of yourselves from there, or if once you get there, check them out. Of course, I just turned 30, so maybe that's why I'm getting these lines. I don't know if I found my purpose. Tell you what, though, I'm gonna fill in there. Now I look happier. Which is always what I'm trying to do for this silly character, Tiny Mina, that I always do for Murderlands. Yes. Let's see, what will we do now? Yeah, I guess we should finish with the mouth. So, mouths are an earth feature, and I have a very small one, comparatively speaking. Not with the way that I talk, but it's kind of small. My lips are kind of thin. They're not great, but it means apparently that I don't have any need for a bunch of relationships, which is true. But I also don't feel safe in the world, and I don't feel like I've had a stable home in the past. Again, that's all true. But again, I'm trying to get better about that. Need to let go, need to embrace my inner metal and just let it go. So let's see. What I'm going to do with the mouth is try to outline it, make it stand out a little bit more. I'm going to start with this, with the bow here, and tell you about the philtrum. So the philtrum is this little snot channel that you've got going on, and apparently it indicates fertility. I wouldn't know about that. I've never had any kids. I've never been pregnant, thank God. I used to be so scared as a kid that I would spontaneously get pregnant. The story of the Virgin Mary freaking terrified me. And I would just pray, God, please don't knock me up. I can't do it. And he didn't. Thanks, God. Okay. And with the mouth especially, you do not want to do any double lines like this mess over here. You look like you have a mustache. And depending on what you're trying to play, it could be perfect. Oh no! No! What have I done? Maybe I can actually run with that. No, I can't. There we go. Let's get the bottom. I'm not going to do the entire bottom, but I am going to do like this part. I don't like the shape of my mouth. It's uneven because I have like one tooth here that sticks out more. So I'm going to make it look even. tried to make it look even. Now, I should take this point because I'm looking down at the thing, there's like 25 minutes in. Most of the vlogs will not be this long. However, as I start, they'll probably be longer than they need to be. And I will get better as we go. And I'm trying to just be okay with that. It's so hard to just say, this is good enough. It's going to be what I end up having to say about this cell shading. I know that. Hopefully, the things I'm telling you guys about it, you'll be able to employ better than I have. I guess I will do the whole thing. Just kind of rescue what I've attempted here. Now for the tiny Nina thing, I do try to like make the smile permanent, like a clown, but yeah, man, this is so messy, but that's how it's gonna be sometimes. Arm. I had an ulnar nerve transposition surgery years ago, and it helped so much, but it didn't completely fix everything. I guess I will. Oh no. No. That's not good at all. How ironic. This is like my worst cell shading ever. And it's the one I'm putting up online. That's okay. I will improve, and when I do, I will do a proper cell shading video. I need a bit more foundation later. I'll fix it. But sorry, in the meantime, you're seeing my pink face from all the rubbing. Alright, let's move on to the eyes and do some more. The eyes are a water feature, and the only really interesting thing I've got going on is my curved lower lids, which indicates additional openness and warmth, and my complete lack of joy lines, also known as crow feet. I have hooked inner corners of the eyes. Pointed ones indicate that in an argument, you can wield some words, but hooked ones mean just don't fight with me, because my words will kill you. And that's kind of cool, but I haven't really employed this. I'm scared. I don't want to, like, ruin somebody. Nor do I want any of that stuff coming back at me from anyone. I just don't see there's any point in doing that to someone. Upper lids are the Chinese assets area. They show issues around accumulation. I don't have much interesting going on there except a completely uneven lids. Don't know what that means, but what we're going to do is I started this pilot line right here with the eyeshadow. I'm going to outline my eyes with the liner. To make them look more silly. That's what I want. So let me make that happen on this side. Now, if I were a good artist, I would be able to fake the lines and make my eyes look like they're shaped the same. Let's see if I can do that. I'd have to make this one a little higher. Hey, close enough. Sweet. Now we're going to line the under part. These have these little lines under the eyes, and they mean something, and I can't quite. Oh, that's what they mean. That's right. Okay. See these lines here? These are a negative trait. It indicates a great deal of sadness, and yes, I've got that. Oh man, stop it. Perfect. Perfect. If you're cell shading properly, you should look a little rough. I think that really suits Pandora, because I don't think you can live there and not end up looking like a shoe eventually. Let's do the eyebrows now. This is a fun one. This is a wood feature, and it's indicative of the health of the liver, including alcohol tolerance and anger, as I mentioned earlier. So I can't sustain anger. I just can't. I've tried, can't do it. And when I'm drunk, which is very rare, I only drink maybe once or twice a year, and it's always because there's some kind of special occasion. But when I do, I'm very cheery. I'm a lightweight, but I'm very cheery and active and just like, I love this about you, and I love this about you, and this is great, and you look amazing, and let's do this, and let's play fight. I fought in an alley with a bunch of guys from a tattoo parlor. It was agreed upon. It was not a real fight. It was a play fight. It was fun. I ended up losing, of course. They set me on top of a dumpster, and I couldn't get down on my own. Oh, it was fun. So the more prominent your eyebrows, the greater the drive and confidence you have, and how far apart they are indicates how well you play with others. I play pretty well with others, I like to think, and my eyebrows reflect this. I have thickened them with an eyebrow pencil, so they're actually pretty thin. So let's go for the inner ends. As you can see, my inner ends are lower than my outer ends. I have extended my outer ends, in fact, with a pencil to make them almost even, but my actual eyebrows stop right about here. The inner ends tell you how harshly you judge yourself. If they're lower than the outer ends, you judge yourself pretty harshly, and I absolutely do. It's terrible. I am my own worst critic by far. And if you want to just like see an example of somebody who has higher eyebrows and judges others more harshly, look at McCarthy. I mean, come on, with all that red panic bullshit. And he has those eyebrows. Okay. For the shading, you're going to outline them with black. Da-da-da. Okay, easy part's done. Now the hard part is the top. You know what? I'm gonna have to do it with the left hand. Part. Sweet, that went well. Man, my left hand is so much steadier. I guess that makes sense. I tend to be somewhat ambidextrous. I can write with both hands, but I can't really draw with my left hand, and that one line up there is way too thick. Let's fix it. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. Let's do this. Better. Of course, I'll have to fix the foundation up here too. But I knew the job was risky going in. Okay. It's funny seeing how pink my skin is right now. It's so hot in Bakersfield. I'm kind of giving my eyebrows like an extra bit of oomph. Because this part here, by the way, as I'm filling in the other eyebrow, check this out. It's called the seat of the stamp, or Father's blessing. It has to do with how you deal with authority, and I will have to tell you about it in a second, because I talk with my eyebrows. Okay, get in there. So yeah, I have a pretty broad one, which means I don't have problems with authority figures, and I don't. I never have. In fact, I like them. They make me feel safe. Usually. But I was always the teacher's pet, School was my favorite place to be. Kinda still is, except I'm not in school. But I love going to uh, campuses on the rare occasions that I get to. I'll tell you, one of the long-term goals that I have is to somehow go back to school. Because I was in college, community college, because I couldn't afford to go to a big college. And I was learning Arabic, and it was so boring. It was just, my teacher was slow at it, and I was losing my mind. I was like, I get it. Bab means door. Let's move on. And then I got Lyme, and it made me drop out. And then drop lots of weight I couldn't afford to lose, so I became like this skeleton. I have a picture, and I will show it to you guys sometime. Because when I got better, one of my friends, who was a photographer, did a photo shoot of me at the Yorktown battlefields, and it was just me running around doing silly things. It wasn't for anything, but it was a really good time. But I was like whiter than I am now, skinnier. Man, jacked up that eyebrow, but I kind of like it. I don't know. I think it'll work well because I have to do everything much darker than I would normally do it because it's on a camera for the PS4. Of course, for the PC version of tonight, it's going to look pretty rough, especially since by then I've usually rubbed my face a little bit, or a lot. Okay, next we're going to look at we're going to give us some more bags. Seems counterintuitive, but it looks cool and everyone's got it. And Borderlands. So we're going to do 3 lines here in a diagonal. They need to be small. Yes! It worked! That's exactly what I was going for. Oh, I love it when that happens. Alright, let's do it again. Yay! It worked! The key is not to make them too long. Alright, I see I put like a little dot here. I think that's what I did. Indeed, that is what I did, but that is not a dot. Yeah, a lot of this fine-tuning I'm probably going to have to do off-camera, and I think that's one of the features I'll have to do. So, let's see what we can still do. What we can still do is the philtrum that I was talking about earlier, so let's go ahead and line that. And rather than just being about fertility, this can also indicate financial fertility. I'm really hoping so. I really don't know what it's like to have a comfortable amount of money, but I hope someday I'll find out. But I think our generation in general is probably going to remain foreign to that. We're not getting Social Security. Apparently the thing to do, if you're in this generation, is make sure that you can put away 1/3 of your income because that's how much it's going to cost to survive when you retire. 1/3 of your current income. Man, I don't know about the philtrum this time. I don't know if I like it. I think it might be too much. Maybe it's just too dark. Just think on that. Yeah, I think it's just too dark. Liked the shape though. Oh no. Yeah, this will start happening. Where you get a little smudgy. So always do some little touch-ups and then a final touch-up when you're done. I'm gonna fix my lip here. That didn't work. Oh, but it did. I'm shocked. I love it when that happens. Fix that part. Sweet. I actually like that. Okay. What I'm going to do now is highlight some features that I already have that are unique. Sure, you've got them, you just have to look for them. So what I'm going to highlight right now is these two freckles that I have at the corner of my left eye. They're my Vash the Stampede freckles, because he has that same one. It's right here. And I'm just going to dot. The other one is right up here. So I'm going to dot that one too. Can't really see it. And then I often do the other side just to go with the whole butterfly motif. And because it helps me to put some extra cell shading to make up for the fact that I'm not very good at cell shading. I would also recommend putting eyeliner on your lower lashes. I don't do it because I have always looked terrible with lower lash eyeliner. So I'm going to line my chin, and then I think what I'm going to do is save the rest for my own bathroom mirror because it's just not a good cell shade day for me. So, see that little indentation? We're going to highlight it. Ugh. Of course it's wobbly, but I'll fix it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. I recommend shading, if you can, your collarbone and all that, but for me it's going to get all over stuff, so I'm just not going to do that this time. But yeah, this was fun. At least it was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. Again, future vlogs will not be this long, and they'll also contain clips from what I do throughout the week. A lot like, well, not a lot like Star Hodges, but similar. She's actually the one who got me into vlogging. I love her stuff. It's great, very inspiring. Check it out. Starline X. Technically Starline X, but that's how you spell it. So yeah, check that out, and I hope you had a good time, because I did. I sure did. I'm really excited about going over all these different other things that I love with you guys in the coming weeks. We're going to be doing the video once a week and streaming as normal. But I want to keep improving this for you guys, so please let me know if there's stuff that you'd like to see, stuff you'd like to do that I just haven't thought of. And let me know, because this is also for you. It's not just for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready, and I'll see you in the Murderlands. Bye everybody! Force hugs! It's gonna be a thing, even though I can't do the Darth Marina thing anymore because I'm afraid of Disney. Alright, see you later. Have a great weekend.